Pokemon Generation 2 tier list. Hey guys, how are you doing today? This is Hepodix. So I'll be taking a look at the second generation of Pokemon based on their appearance. Like last time, it's not going to be a meta tier list like who's powerful and who's not. It's more based on appearance and how I think about these designs in Gen 2. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so first we have Chikorita. Chikorita is no doubt one of my favorite starter Pokemons. I really like the design, even though it's a little bit on the minimalistic side, but super adorable. I think it's an ass for me, like I really like it. Then we have Bayleaf. I think it's actually one of the better middle evolutions, but I don't still think it's a top tier contender, but I'd say it's a solid B. And then there's the last form, Meganium. Meganium is fine. I don't think it's as good as Chikorita, so it goes middle way. Maybe low S, but I'll put it A for now. Then we got the fire starters, Cyndaquil, also really minimalistic design, but I'm not as big of a fan of this as I'm for Chikorita. It's still a cool one. Let's put it on A. Then there's Quilava. I do like it as well. It's a solid B. I'd put next to Bayleaf. It looks very similar to Cyndaquil and its next evolution, the Typhlosion, which is really cool as well. Not necessarily a S tier contender for me, but for the fire evolutions, I really like the fact how the flame pops up when they like starting to attack and stuff. That's pretty cool. It's an A for me. Then the water starters, we have Totodile. I like the Croco X water design going on. It's a really fine, cool looking one. I'm just thinking whether it's low S or maybe high A. It's tough. Let's put it on S. I really like Totodile. Then we got Croconaut, the middle evolution. Again, it's fine, but nothing really mind-blowing to me. I would say it's a solid B. And then for Alligator, yeah, it's a nice little menacing looking one. I'm just thinking like, is it better than Typhlosion? Not necessarily. Maybe a tad better than Meganium. Let's put it on A between those two. Then we have Sentret. I don't have much to say about this one, but it's a solid normal type design. Not in a very high regard. I would put it on C. But the evolution form, Furret, I think it's super adorable. I love the memes on when Furret walks on the escalator. It's a very sleek, cool design. I'm thinking between low S and high A. Yeah, let's put it on A. Then we have Hoot Hoot and Noctowl, getting inspiration from the owls. I do like these both. I think Noctowl's a tad better, so that goes B. But for Hoot Hoot, I think it's on par with Sentret. It's nothing too crazy going on, but yeah, I don't think it's a bad design either. Same goes for Lediba. I get that reference, but it's nothing super neat. Ledian is a tad cooler than Lediba. I like the evolution a lot, so in terms of design and overall appearance, I would say it's a tad better than Noctowl. It's a fine one. Then we get the spiders, Spinarak. Not too big of a fan of this. It doesn't look bad to me, but it just doesn't pop out to me either. I'm thinking like high D, low C, but let's go for low C for now. Same for the evolution Ariados. It's fine really, but nothing really pops out for me either with this one. So I'll just put it next to Spinarak. Then we have Crobat. It evolves from Golbat from Generation 1. I think it's a really cool design. It looks really menacing though, but yeah, it works. I would say it's a solid B actually. Then we have Chinchou and Lantern. I like the concept where you mix water and electricity. They look very simplistic, yet I think the execution part is actually pretty fine. Let's go mid B. Oh, then we have Pichu. If you saw the first generation video, you know how much I like Pikachu. And when it comes to the baby evolution, I think Pichu is really adorable as well. One of my favorites from the Generation 2. So with those words, you can assume it's on the S tier, and it will be on the S tier. I really like Pichu's design as well. Then we have the baby Clefairy, Cleffa. Don't like this one as much as Pichu. It looks fine when you look at the whole evolution line as a whole, but ranking wise, I'd say it's high C, maybe low B. Igglybuff is also, it's a baby Jigglypuff going for that evolution line. It's also fine too, but it doesn't really pop off to me. So let's put it next to Cleffa. It's a high C. Then we have Togepi. Togepi was featured in the anime, like I think it was even before the Generation 2 was out. Nintendo had a couple of these teaser Pokemon, like Ho-Oh was shown in the first episode and Togepi got introduced during the Gen 1. At least that's how I remember it. Misty had that, but I think it's a fine fairy type Pokemon. Let's go with B. Same goes for the evolution Togetic. I think design wise it looks very appealing. And when you look at Togepi, it makes sense that it would look like this. So I'll just put it next to Togepi. I think it's fine. Then we have Natu, and whenever I think of Natu, I'm thinking of this Pokemon YouTuber called Leonhardt. Whenever there's Natu involved, he says like, Natu, how do you do? I think it was his favorite Pokemon or something. But to me, Natu and Xatu, they're not really my favorites, but I don't think they're super bad either. I'd say it's around middle tier. Let's see. I'll just put them after Ledian. That's realistic for me. Sorry Leonhardt, they're not my favorites, but I don't think they're super bad either. Just a nice middle way here. Next we have Mareep. I really like these sheep Pokemon mixed with some electricity, especially the final form, but Mareep kinda on the cute side. Same for the evolution Flaffy. I'm just thinking, is it low A, high B? Let's go with high B. And Ampharos, I really like Ampharos. That design is super solid. My favorite from this evolution line, so I would put it on low A. Really liking the vibes and the color mix of yellow, black, red and white. It just looks really nice. I really like it. Then we have Blossom. It's an alternate evolution from the Oddish evolution line. You can either choose as Gloom, whether you evolve to Vileplume or Blossom. And I think I like Blossom a tad more than Vileplume, because it's a really cute design. I really do like it. But in terms of ranking, let's see. I think it goes low A. Okay, then we have Marill and Azumarill. I do like this. They kind of remind me of Pikachu in a way, as well as they're super adorable, so I might have to go with S. Yeah, they're really awesome. So low S for Marill, and I guess I like Azumarill a tad more, and that's probably only because of the shiny form. Is like a golden yellow. Marill shiny is green, although I'm not really judging these by their shiny variants. That could be on another video. Then we have Sudowoodo. Not a super fan of this. It's like a rock type tree design going on with this. I mean, it's fine, but it's nothing really super mind-blowing to me, to be honest with you. But let's go with high C. That's fine. Then we have Politoed. It's an alternate evolution from the Poliwag evolution line. As Poliwhirl, you can choose whether you want to evolve to Poliwrath or Politoed. And I think I actually do like Politoed more than I do like Wrath. So in terms of ranking, let's see. Let's go for high B. That's fair. Then we have Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff. So we got these grass flying type Pokemon. Hoppip is fine, has that cutesy vibes going. I'm not super attached to it, so I think it's fair to judge it on like low B-ish. Same for Skiploom, so low B. But the final evolution, Jumpluff, is also really adorable. I think it's my favorite from this evolution line of Pokemon. I'm gonna rank it somewhat more higher. It's on the mid-B tier side of things. Then we have Apom, these monkeys that steal items from people, and yeah, I think it was also introduced in the Detective Pikachu movie as a side note there, but it's a fine design. Let's go with low B. Then we have Sunkern and Sunflora. Sunkern is fine, like first you're this little nub, and then you evolve to this like a flower, so I get the reference, sure. For Sunkern, I think it's okay, nothing really mind-blowing. Let's see, for Sunflora, it's a tad better, going for the C tier as well. Then we have Yanma. It's like a dragonfly-inspired Pokemon, which I think as a concept is actually pretty cool. And yeah, it's been executed in a nice way. Let's see. Yanma for me goes somewhere along the mid-B tier. And Wooper next, this water-type Pokemon. Kinda has those cutesy vibes going as well, but not too fond of this. Low B for me. Quagsire, I guess I like it a tad more, goes for low B tier as well. Then we have two new evolutions featured in Johto. We got Espeon and Umbreon. Espeon being the psychic type, which I do like, that cat kind of design with the ears. It kind of reminds me of some sort of cat, but where would I rank it? I think it's somewhere in the A tier. Let's put it after Meganium. And for Umbreon, I really do like Umbreon. I think I do like it even more than I do like Espeon. That dark type design with the yellow rings going against that black. It's a really well designed Pokemon, and I think it really fits to the EV lineup. So I'm actually gonna put it on low S. Then we have Murkrow, this like menacing kind of crow type Pokemon, dark type as well. I mean, they needed some dark type Pokemon because the dark type was introduced in the Gen 2 after all, so I'm kind of not surprised. But in terms of overall design, I think it's pretty okay, but nothing super special. It's gonna go low B tier for me. Okay, then we have Slowking. I always remember Slowking from the Pokemon 2000 movie, aka the second movie. There's this quote where he says that I wished he had pants cause it's getting cold out there. Or that's what he said in the Finnish dub. I'm just translating for you. But yeah, I think it's a nice alternate evolution. You can choose as Slowpoke to either go as Slowbruh or Slowking. I think it's fine. But where do I want to put this? Let's go with, I think High B is justified here. Then we have Misdreavus, a Ghost-type Pokemon, and yeah, it's another really cool one. And it's good to have more Ghost-type Pokemon, because in Generation 1 there wasn't too many actually. Great additions to the roster of Pokemon, but in terms of design, let's go for Low B, or Mid B. We have Unknown next. This is an interesting one because it features like all of the English alphabet letters as well as question mark and exclamation mark. So there are these different variations of Unknown based on the letters. The one is shown here is letter F as far as I can remember. It has that mystical vibe going on because of the movie and everything again. Like it's a little weird by concept, but the way they executed it, I actually kind of do like it. It's not like a S tier for me necessarily, but maybe Mid B. Low A. I'm gonna go put it between Bayleaf and Jumpluff. Then we have Wobbuffet. I believe Wobbuffet was part of Team Rocket at some point in the anime, and the funny like dumb nature of this Pokemon really cracks me up. What I've also understood is that it's pretty tanky Pokemon actually, taking a lot of hits, but not necessarily hitting too hard. Similar to Pokemon like Chansey that's super tanky, but design-wise, it's quite average to me. Let's go with Mid B. Girafarig next. Or Girafarig, how do you pronounce these? God damn it. Yeah, the fun trivia obviously being that if you spell Girafarig backwards, it's also Girafarig. But I find the design very interesting. It has sort of a yin-yang vibes going on, with the other half being like this good part, and the back part being this more menacing, evilish part. And as the name implies, it takes inspiration from giraffe. It's an interesting one for sure, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and the funny name pun. So with those words, I think it's a middle B tier for me. I feel like I'm putting all the Pokemon in mid B, but next we have Pinnacle, obviously taking inspiration from pine cones. It's just green, not brown. Not a super fan of this. This might be actually the first D, I'm afraid. I mean, we have to put something on the D. I'm just kidding. It's a very simplistic one. Make a pine cone, color it to green and add eyes and call a day. I just don't find too much appeal on it. Unlike the evolution form Fortress, I think it's a step better, although it's like a steel type now instead of being like a grass type Pokemon. Let's put it between Noctowl and Aipom. It's a fine design. I don't really have much to say about it. Then we have Dunsparce. Dunsparce to me, it's a weird one. When the Generation 7 came out, I had this joke going on that this is gonna be like the pre-evolution to Drampa because of the same color palettes going on and maybe the small similarities, but that wasn't obviously the truth. That was just my speculation. As a design, it's a weird one. I never was too big fan of this. I'm just thinking D or C. Let's put it on low C. Gligar is an interesting one. This bat design with those sharp claws. I believe it was rock type. Interesting choice there. But I can always appreciate variations. I think it's cool, and Gligar as a design is okay. I'm gonna put it on low B. Next we have Steelix. It's a steel form evolution from Onix from Gen 1. And yeah, Steelix is kind of pissed. Yeah, I think it's pretty badass. Not necessarily A tier badass. It's more like high B tier for me. Yeah, Steel was the other typing, got introduced in Gen 2, so it's good to get those in the mix too. Next we have Snubbull and Granbull. So we got these fairy type, kind of grumpy doggo designs. Not too big of a fan of these, but in terms of design, I would say it's somewhere around low B tier for me. Then we have Quillfish. It's like a ballfish design with the spikes around the edges. Very simplistic again, but the execution is fine. But I can't really put it on A, nor I will put it on C. So surprise, surprise, we have another B. Moving on, we got Skizor, which is a steel bug type evolution from Scyther from Gen 1. I think they really nailed this one. Like, I really like the red and black color scheme going on and the overall design of it. It's really cool to me. I do really enjoy Skizor. But high A, I think that's a pretty pretty good standing. Then we have Shuckle. I never understood this Pokemon really, like, I just don't get it. But in terms of design, how I think about it, it's gonna be another low B. Then we have Heracross. It has a cool design and I get the inspiration, but this has to go A tier actually. Let's put it on low A. Heracross pretty dope. Next we have Sneasel, another dark type. Has that cool slick design going on with the red feathers and the overall black grayish design with the white claws. I think it's pretty sleek. Is it A? Not necessarily, but it's going to be a B for me. Put it between Slowking and Steelix, that's fair. Teddiursa, kind of adorable, has that bear thing going on, but it's not necessarily one of my favorites. It's not bad, Let's go for mid B. Ursaring, not really as big of a fan as Teddiursa. The bear looks really menacing to me, like super pissed off. I don't think it's super trash either. We're gonna go with B. Then there's Slugma and Magcargo. I get the lava-inspired design with this. The evolution form just gets that shell on its back and maybe a slightly altered look on its face, but other than that, they don't really stand out from each other that much. As a design, I guess I like Maccargo more because it has a bit more to offer. It's gonna be another B tier. Then we have Swinub or Swinub. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a very minimalistic design. I think it's like a ice ground type, trying to get those like prehistoric vibes, like a ice age stuff with this. But as a design, I'm not really a big fan of this. It's gonna go mid C. And for Piloswine, it's a bit better, but I really mean a bit better. Has those spikes in the front, but the shaping of it is just weird, man. It's a tad better than Swinub for me. Then we have Corsola. It's a pretty solid water type. I like those little shapes on the top, as well as the color combination of pink and white is pretty fine. So with that said, it's a low B. Remoraid, not super big fan. You get that fish kind of reference there. It's a C. Octillery is a step up definitely. I get the octopus design and the color combination of red and yellow. It's actually pretty nice. So, low B tier. Then we have Delibird and it's like a Christmas Pokemon. He's carrying that sack. I think there was an episode or something that Delibird like gives presents to everyone. I kind of have this kind of memory going on. Yeah, the color mix of red, white and yellow is pretty cool actually. Let's go with high B. Then we have Mantine, this Manta Ray Pokemon. It's a really nice design as well. I remember using this in the Pokemon Go Great League at some point when I was more active on that scene, and it was super annoying spamming that bubble beam that like reduces the attack power of the opposing Pokemon. So that's really my memories associated with this. But in terms of design, I think it's pretty cool. We're gonna put it between Bayleaf and Unknown. And then we have another steel type. It's a steel flying type, Skarmory. I really like the execution here, grey coloring mixed with the red wings. I think it's really nice looking and it really passes for me as a steel type bird. And the overall design for me, it's gonna go a little lower than Mantine. Gonna put it after Ledian. Then we have more fire doggos. We got the Houndour and Houndoom. I mean, we had Growlithe and Arcanine like these fire doggos in Gen 1, but this time it takes a dark twist with the dark typing mixed with fire type. And I mean, I do like doggos, that's fine. They has this more menacing appearance due to the dark type. It's another B tier contender me, but they're still fine, solid designs. Then there's Kingdra, which is an added evolution to Seadra from the Horsey evolution line of Pokemon. Kingdra looks really pissed off to me, and it had some weird typing mix like dragon water, I believe. So it's kind of annoying to play against, at least in Pokemon Go. In the design department, I'm not super huge fan actually. I don't think it's C, but again, like low-ish B. Then we have Phanpy and Donphan. I guess that's like inspired by elephants. I don't really have much things to say about these two. Phanpy looks kind of cute, but isn't anything really special to me. Just gonna put it on. Again, I'm sorry, I might sound like a broken record, but lowish B. I like with Donphan is that when he like attacks, rolls into a ball-like form, reminds me of like Ramus from League of Legends or Sonic. That's pretty neat. Let's put it on low B, that's justifiable. Then we got Porygon 2. Instead of being blocky shapes as with the regular Porygon, we got more of smooth edges going on, but it's nothing really special. I don't highly regard Porygon 2. Sorry Porygon fans, it's not D, but pretty high C. Stantler next takes inspiration from a moose, so nothing really much to say about it. I can describe this one in one word, and that's average. Let's put it on C. Then we have Smeargle. I think it's cool that he has that like a brush going on at the end of his tail. So it's like of a painter type Pokemon. But it's nothing really special to me personally. But in terms of design, I think a mid B is suitable. Then we have Tyrogue. It's a baby evolution form to Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, as well as Hitmontop that's next to him, featured in Generation 2. Not really my favorite baby Pokemons, not really big fan. It's a low C. Hitmontop on the other hand, I find really cool. He stands on his head and he can do those spin attacks and stuff like that. Let's put it on low A. Cool design. Unlike Smoochum, which is like a baby version of Jinx, I think I like Smoochum a bit more than Jinx, but still not really big of a fan. That's a D for me. I'm sorry. And baby Electabuzz, we got Elekid, as well as baby Magmar, Magby. I mean, they're fine and they fit for their respective evolutions, but they're not really too special to me. I think low B is justified here. Then we have Miltank. Yeah, I get the cow design. Gonna milk those cows. And yeah, again, got those cutesy vibes going. And with the color combination of pink, black, and beige, it's pretty okay. It's another B for me. Then we have another evolution form, Chansey, Blissey. I know it's a very tanky Pokemon, but it's nothing really special to me in terms of design. So I'll just leave it there and I'll put it on low. Low B. I'm not really appealed by Blissey. Unlike the next three, we have the legendary doggos. First, let's talk about Raikou. As an electric type, I think Raikou is pretty solid. I like the color combination here and how it's overall executed. One of my favorite legendary Pokemon for sure. I'm gonna go with high A tier. Then we have Entei, that was featured in the third Pokemon movie. It's no doubt my favorite from the doggos. I just love the fire type execution here with the brown fur going on. It really looks so badass that I think it really deserves the legendary status. So with that said, it's going for third place. Then Suicune. Probably my least favorite from the doggos, but I still think it's a pretty solid design. Although I don't really have much to comment about it. Let's just put it after Raikou. Yeah, you can see this tier list had some mega evolutions, but I'm not gonna talk about them in this video. I want to have a different list for mega Pokemon and the Galarian stuff, so just ignore them. So next we have the pseudo legendaries Larvitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar. I think Larvitar is pretty cool. It's that dark ground type, rock type. Can't remember. Tries to be really cool and all. So let's go with high-ish B. Pupitar on the other hand, not super big of a fan. I never was too big of a fan of these middle evolutions. But yeah, let's go with B. And Tyranitar, I think Tyranitar is pretty badass. I like the execution with the shapes and the color palettes, and the overall look is just really deserves the pseudo-legendary status. Let's go with low S. I really like Tyranitar. And now that I'm thinking of the doggos here, I'm just gonna move both Raikou and Suicune on the low S tier. I think they do deserve it. 3 more left. So we got Lugia. I got introduced to Lugia in the second Pokemon movie, the same one Slowking was introduced to me. I think Lugia is really awesome. Might be even one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Super badass. I just love the design overall. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But I can't put it above Pichu, because Pikachu being my favorite of all time, I really respect its baby form as well. But high S for Lugia. Then we have Ho-Oh, which I do like as well. I mean, it was teased in the very first episode on the anime, so it has that super rare status going on. But quite frankly, I don't like it as much as I do like Lugia. But it's still no doubt an S for me. I think it's a tad better than Raikou is. And then last but not least, the only mythical Pokemon in Generation 2, we got Celebi. I gotta be honest with you, I can't really remember if there was any reference to Celebi, but I get it's like a grass type, got those fairy-ish vibes even though it's grass type. It's a pretty sleek, cool design. I do like Celebi, not necessarily an S tier for me, but let's go with high A. I think that's fair. So that covers up the second generation of Pokemon tier list. It's gonna have a brief overhaul of this. How did I rank this? But what can I look from it? It's I believe I'm quite accurate with my own opinions, and I believe you guys gonna have different opinions. So let me know what you think about the comment section below. Most of them went to B tier for sure, because a lot of them are like kind of average, and a couple C, and then we have 2 in the D. So yeah, I think this is pretty accurate to my liking. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and let me know your favorites from the Generation 2. And whoever made this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. My name is Hepodix, and I hope you have a nice day.